in case any friends need to do this later. Well, good morning, y'all. We are going to start with social studies today. And we already read these two lessons last week. So we weren't going to read the whole lessons again. So I'm just going to kind of read the parts that we need for our workbook pages. Does that sound good? So y'all open up to 341 in your book and then 100 in your workbook. And give me a thumbs up when you're there. Yeah, see Cooper thumbs up, Ben thumbs up, Ellis thumbs up. Awesome, awesome. And do we have a pencil? Okay, so let's look at our workbook page first and let's see what we are learning about today. So we've already read this lesson. The first lesson was about Texas and Oklahoma. And when we read this lesson, it was talking about different types of people, many cultures that are in Texas and Oklahoma. Do y'all remember? We had Native Americans and Asian Americans, and we did a workbook page on that. Today, we're going to focus on page 341 where it says oil. Okay? And for the study guide, page 100, let's read the directions. Today is Career Day. Parents of fourth graders are telling the class about their jobs. Fill in the missing information about two parents' jobs. So I already read this, and it's about oil. So we're going to go ahead and read page 341 again together, and then we're going to go back to our study guide and fill that in. Okay, so follow along with me on page 341. Today, the oil industry remains a leading industry in the region. Texas is the nation's largest producer of oil.
No, I already did the page.
Oklahoma is the sixth largest producer. Drilling for oil. On land and in the Gulf of Mexico, huge drills move through layers of rock to reach deposits of crude oil or natural oil. The crude oil is then pumped to the surface. Pipelines, trucks, or ships carry it to refineries. A refinery is a factory that turns crude oil into products, including gasoline. What do we use gasoline for?
Cars.
Cars, very good. You know what else we use gasoline for? Lawnmowers. Any of y'all have to mow the lawn yet at your house?
Not
Yeah, broadcast too. Yeah.
Not me, not me.
Shipping
Not me.
oil.
Four-wheelers, dirt bikes.
Houston has the most oil refineries in the United States. It also has one of the nation's busiest ports for handling oil shipments. Ships called tankers carry crude oil into the port to be refined. Then tankers carry gasoline and other oil products out of the port to be sold around the world. When Houston wanted to enlarge its port to handle more shipments of oil, it dredged the waterway between the city and the Gulf of Mexico.
I'm still taking 4.2, but
To dredge is to dig out the bottom and sides to make a waterway deeper and wider. Okay, so let's look at this page 100, and I think you'll find that we just read all the information we needed. So I am Dana's dad, and I work in the oil industry. I run equipment in a blank. Who can find one of our keywords on page 341 that might fit there? Cooper Heflin, what you think?
refinery.
Refinery, very good. Now, when you're writing this, make sure it's neat. I know Gabriel's not the only one that gets in trouble for bad handwriting. Who else gets in trouble for bad handwriting? Yeah. So let's make sure Ms. Rizak can read our answers. Okay, so the first one was refinery. My job is to help turn blank into products. What was our word that we read where they go and drill and they get the natural oil? What was that called? Will, what was that called?
Crude oil.
Crude oil. Y'all are too smart for me. Crude oil or natural oil. Very good. Okay, the main product that we make is blank. What is that main product then that they turn crude oil into?
Gasoline.
Gasoline. Y'all just too smart. Too smart. Everybody writing it nice and neatly? Okay.
Wait, what's number 2 again?
The first
Crude
one
oil.
was a
I've
refinery.
already done this. I'm just checking my hands.
The second one, my job is to help turn crude oil into products. The main product that we make is gasoline. Okay, we're almost done with this page already. Huge ships called blank move products where I work to cities all over the world. Who can find the name of that? Jude, what you think? Tankers. Very good. Tankers. Big, huge ships. If you ever go over the Mississippi River Bridge, you'll see huge oil tankers. Okay, and last one on this page. The ships are so large that some cities have to blank their ports to make room for them. What is it where you have to go down and wide? Mr. Berthelot, what is it?
Dredge.
Dredge. Very, very good. Now remember, y'all, the words are up there at the top, so make sure you're spelling them correctly. And just like that, we are halfway done with social studies. How about that? Yay. Okay, so now we're going into lesson 2. And if you look, we already read this one too. This one was about New Mexico and Arizona. Do y'all remember reading this one? What was one big tourist attraction in Arizona that we read about? And we kind of talked about it in science yesterday too. Gianna, what was it? I can unmute you.
Just use a different color, baby. You don't need a
Will,
different.
what was it? Gianna can't see.
The Grand Canyon.
The Grand Canyon, very, very good. Okay, so for this one, we are going to go in the middle of this lesson again, since we've already read the whole lesson. And we're going to go on page 349, where it says conserving water. Now, why do people in this area of the country need to conserve water? Why do they need to do that, Brock?
Because they're in a desert place.
They're in the desert. Very good. They don't get a whole lot of rain. So let's read this part again, and then we'll do our lesson 2 workbook page. Although people have new sources of water, they are working hard to conserve water. In some places, people work together to decide how much water to use. In other places, laws require people to limit the use of water. People have also learned to use less water in their yards. They use xeriscapes, I'm not really sure how to pronounce that, a landscaping method that conserves water. Instead of planting grass lawns that need watering, they plant desert plants. These plants can live with little water. Okay, one more area, turn that page and let's read this page. Around the world, people who live in deserts find ways to make the most of scarce water. The farmers in Israel's Negev desert are one example. They collect rainwater in tanks. They also use aqueducts to carry fresh water from the Sea of Galilee to the desert. In the desert, much water is lost through evaporation. Evaporation is the process in which the sun's heat turns liquid water into a gas form, water vapor. Farmers in the Negev desert use different methods to limit the evaporation of water from crops. For example, they build greenhouses over crop fields. They also use underground pipes to carry water to roots of their crops. Okay, let's go over to page 101 in our workbook and fill this one out. Okay, I am Alberto's mom. I work for the water company. My job is to encourage people to blank water. What do you think that would be? Miss Ella, what do you think that would be?
Conserve.
Conserve. Very, very good. Look at you smart boys and girls. Now remember, if you don't remember how to spell conserve, look over at that last page you just did. Make sure your handwriting's nice and neat for Miss Rezak. Okay, first I explain the blank that require people to limit their water use. Ava, what would that be? Laws. Very good. Next, I tell people how to use less water in their yards. Watering lawns uses a lot of water. Some of that water is lost to blank in the desert heat. Ooh, this is a tough one. Miss Carrie, what is that? Let me unmute you, baby. I can't hear you, Carrie. I'm sorry.
Groundwater.
No. Lost to. How can water be lost? Jude, how can water be lost? Evaporation. Very, very good. Okay. I show people how to plant blank instead of grass. What in that word bank could maybe be a desert plant? Grace, what you think?
A cactus.
A cactus. Very good. These desert plants can survive on rainfall alone. We are using blank faster than nature can replace it. Mr. Finn, what's that one?
Groundwater.
Groundwater. This is why it is important for everyone to use less water. And just like that, we are done with social studies for the day. How about that? Y'all also have a social studies daily grade, open book daily grade, but we're not going to do that together. Y'all do that on your own, okay? Well, Miss Cindy doesn't feel right about doing graded things together. Okay, would you do a daily grade together with Miss Rezak in class? No, so we're not going to do that on Zoom either. Okay, so let's finish up religion for the week. We started it yesterday. And
I already did religion.
Cooper, what's up?
I already finished the religion yesterday.
Okay,
So
you can head off if you feel like it, or you can hang on and check your work with us. Okay, we're going to be on page 175 in religion. No, baby, I need your book. I'm sorry.
do you want me to come in here?
No, just listen.
Oh, we're just reading, that's it?
We're reading and doing the second page of the study guide. Y'all need your study guide, the second page of the study guide.
I don't know where.
Go ask your dad.
Did you say page
Okay.
175?
Religion book, we stopped yesterday on page 175.
Miss Cindy, I also finished religion, so I'm gonna go.
Okay, good to see you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so we read page 175. We need to answer that number 11 because we read about that yesterday, but we didn't answer it. So the Holy Family is blank, blank, and blank. Who are the three people in the Holy Family? We know this one. Who is Gabriel? Whose mom is Gabriella? I don't know your name. I know, but I don't know your name. I'm sorry. Okay, who are the three people in the Holy Family? Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. Very, very good.
Okay. I feel like I did something. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can still hear you.
Okay, let's go on to number 12. What are some responsibilities parents and guardians have in their families? What do your parents or the people that you live with, what do they do for you? What are some of the things that they do for you? Miss Burke? I don't know your name. I'm sorry.
They take you to church?
They take you to church. Very, very good. Miss Carrie, what's another thing they do for you?
They get your dinner ready.
They feed you. Absolutely. I don't know about you guys, but Gabriel has been eating a ton in quarantine. We call him a bottomless pit.
Do you stop that?
Mr. Berthelot, what else do they do?
I was just raising my hand because I eat a lot.
You eat a lot too, yeah. Okay, what's something else that you can do, that your parents do for you? Take you to church, feed you. Whoever's mom is Gabriella, I still don't know your name, I'm sorry.
It's Vincent.
Vincent? Okay, Vincent. I can't hear you, Vincent, I'm sorry. Ella, what do you think?
They clean the house.
They clean the house. They surely do. I hope you help them clean the house. Grace, what else?
They help you with homework.
They help you with homework. Very, very good. So y'all can write some of those down there for Miss Synonym. Again, make sure you're doing really neat work.
What are you calling me?
Okay, and let's read on to page 176 and page 177 and 178. We have 4 more pages to read and a few more to fill out, and then we'll be done with religion. Okay, so follow along with me on 176. In our families, we have the responsibility to love and respect each other. Jesus, son of Mary, teach us to love and honor one another. Discuss the different roles. Okay, somebody's puppy is barking and it's making my bark. That's kind of silly, isn't it?
Sorry, that's my dog. Somebody knocked on my door.
That's okay, baby. Okay. We talked about responsibilities you have in your people and guardians.
Calm down.
Parents and guardians have many responsibilities in their family. They have to make sure that the children have the things they need. They care for and protect their children. They teach them about the world in which they live. They help them to learn to work and play with other children. They show them ways to respect other people and respect the property of others. Catholic parents have a special responsibility to help their children grow in faith. They are to share their love for and belief in God, teach their children about God the Father, God the Son, and God the Holy Spirit, teach their children about Jesus and the church, teach their children how to pray and worship with them at Sunday Mass, help their children to learn the difference between good and evil, show their children the importance of sharing and caring for the needs of others. Parents and guardians share these responsibilities with the whole church. Children have responsibilities to their families too. An important way to honor our parents and guardians is to obey them. Obedience is doing the just and good thing that is asked of us. We keep the fourth commandment when we obey and respect our parents, cooperate with them, and appreciate them. Our caring can become a way of thanking our parents or guardians for all they've done for us. As we grow older, the ways that we show our care for our parents will change. We may have to make sure that our parents have all that they need. Our visits, our phone calls, and our emails to our parents may become more important than others. So tell me, are you guys taking care of your grandparents during this quarantine? What are you doing to help them? Are you calling them on the phone? Yeah? What else are y'all doing?
My grandma lives across the road, so I can just go see her.
You're going to see them? Gabriel's live right next door too, so that we can go see them. But right now, Finn, tell me, what are you doing?
Giving them crawfish from every crawfish boil.
Awesome. Ava, what are you doing? Yeah, so right now, calling our grandparents, FaceTiming our grandparents is very important to keep them happy during this quarantine. Very, very important. Okay. Page 178. Citizens and leaders work together for peace. Jesus, help us to honor those who guide us. The laws of our country protect its citizens. We obey these laws and respect the women and men who enforce them. Write one way to show respect for each of the following people. How could we show respect for a police officer? How could we? Anybody? Vincent?
I forgot.
You forgot? Anybody else? I forgot. Well, if we have a police officer and he or she is telling us to do something, should we obey? Absolutely.
Yep.
Gabriel and I, every time we pass a police officer, we wave and say thank you. That's a way we can show respect to them. Same with our firefighters, judges, and crossing guards. Okay, we are called to respect all people. The fourth commandment requires us to respect those who have responsibility for us. We should have respect for our teachers, church leaders, and all government leaders. These people are in positions of authority. Those in authority are called to respect the dignity of all people. They are asked to make sure that all people are treated fairly. They're called to work for peace. The only time we should not obey people who are responsible for us is when they ask us to do something that is wrong or unjust. In the Gospel of Matthew, we find Jesus respecting law and authority. After he cured a man's skin disease, Jesus said, "See that you tell no one, but go show yourself to the priest and offer the gift that Moses prescribed." Jesus showed respect for authority by telling the man to go to the priest. Jesus honored the law of Moses while telling the man to offer the gift. Learning about and obeying the just laws of our country, state, city, or town is an important way to keep the fourth commandment. As citizens, another way is to participate in our government, especially by voting and paying taxes. We want our government to be just and fair, and to do good for the people, for our country, and the world. So we can write and talk to people who make decisions for our community. We can ask them to work for justice and peace. We pray for our own leaders and lawmakers, and for the leaders of governments throughout the world. We work together for peace. Okay, let's finish our study guide. Okay, number 13. Name some ways that we can honor our parents. How can we honor our parents? Ben, how can we honor our parents?
We can obey them and love them.
Obey them and love them. I like that. Brock, what's another thing?
We can thank them for what they do for us.
Thank them for all they do for us. I love it. Carrie? Carrie?
Help them. Take care of them when they're sick.
Take care of them when they're sick. I love it. Vincent?
Wash the dishes instead
Wash
of
the
them.
dishes. Oh, I like that one. Somebody teach Gabriel how to do that.
I do it.
Wash the floors. Very, very good. All of those are great answers. Make sure you write neatly from the center.
Vincent, you're technically me.
Okay.
So don't laugh at me.
Gabriel, stop with the names. Okay, last one, number 14.
No laugh.
The fourth commandment requires us to respect those who have a responsibility for us, such as our teachers, church leaders, government leaders, and people in positions of authority. Those in authority are called to respect the blank of all people. They are called to work for peace. Ooh, this is a big word. Look on the bottom of page 178. Who can find that big word?
I don't know.
Yana, what's that big word?
That's the word.
Dignity.
Dignity. Very, very good. Let's make sure to spell that correctly, okay? D-I-G.
D-I-G. Mushroom.
N-I-T-Y. Okay.
Wait, how do you spell it?
D-I-N-G-I.
N-I-T-Y.
N-I with the T-I-Y.
Okay, boys and girls. We only have one thing left to do for religion this week. And it's not really something we can do together. So I think it would be really cool if when you got off of this Zoom meeting, you went ahead and did it so you'll be done for religion for the week. Okay, so on Seesaw, Miss Synonym has a video of herself doing a prayer. And what your last lesson for this week is to write out a script, write out the words that you want to say for a prayer that you're going to video next week. Okay, so if it's okay with mom and dad, I think it would be cool if everybody got off of this, went on to Seesaw, watched Miss Synonym's video example, and went ahead and wrote out the script that they want to do for their prayer. Yes, ma'am, Miss Gary.
What's number 14? I have to call my dad.
Sure, number 14 is dignity. D-I-G-N-I-T-Y.
Dignity. Dignity.
Okay, boys and girls.
Vincent.
Mute, Vincent.
So the rest
You're
of
cutting up.
your
I
stuff
can't hear you.
is tests and daily grades and videos and stuff we really can't do together.
You're cutting up.
We can do some
I
more
can't
next
hear
week
you.
if y'all like this. Cool?
Cool.
Awesome. Y'all have a great day and go check out Miss Synonym's
Okay, now it's you.
video and finish up religion for the week. Mwah, mwah. Bye, guys.
Bye.